What's up, guys? So, this story takes place a little over a year ago. So, my Meemaw and my Papa always get this hotel for the summer for us to hang out at for a couple days, and they always try to put me, my side, and then my cousin's side kind of separate because when me and my cousins and my brother get together, it always gets crazy, and they can't handle us being together, especially when we were younger. It's not quite as bad now, but this is just one of those times where it's gotten out of hand. So my Mima and Papa told us that what time they were getting this hotel, and so I texted my cousin. I was like, "Hey, are you coming?" And obviously he texted our Mima and was like, "Hey, can I come?" And she said yes. So I met my Meemaw, my papa, and my sisters out there a little bit later because I think I had to work, is what it was. I had to go to work, so I picked my brother up, and then I picked my cousin up, and we drove out there separately from them. So we got there, and the hotel was already booked and stuff. But I had packed firecrackers because I already knew that we were gonna end up doing something with them. So we had these firecrackers in this bag and our skateboards that my papa protested us bringing because apparently you're not allowed to skateboard at the boardwalk, even though I'm pretty sure that's what a boardwalk's for. But he ended up letting us bring them with protest, but we got them in. But we get in the hotel and we get all our stuff packed and we go skateboard for a little bit and break away from the crowd. And we didn't do a whole lot on the first day, except we did at night the trash chute. It goes all the way up to 25 floors, and there's a trash chute that goes straight down. So if you drop anything in it, you can hear it clink and clank all the way down. And I had the bright idea to light firecrackers and drop them down there. And it didn't really do much. There's probably a video of it somewhere I might find. But it didn't do much other than be loud as hell in that little room. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. But the next day, we got into some devious stuff. So the next day rolls around, and it's maybe noonish. And we break away from everyone else. It's just me and my brother and my cousin. We go back up to the room to chill and hang out. And we were up there for maybe 10, 15 minutes. But my cousin was out on the balcony looking over. So I went and grabbed my bag thinking I was being funny. And I went and grabbed my bag and brought it to the living room. And my brother looks at me and he's like, "Oh, I don't know about this." And he just kind of gives me a look and doesn't say anything. So I crack open the sliding door and I light the firecrackers and toss the firecrackers onto the balcony. Not off the balcony, just on it. So they exploded all over my cousin Hunter. And Hunter turns around, and I had closed and locked the door so he couldn't get back in the hotel. So after all the firecrackers go off, I open the door, and I'm laughing, and he's laughing. And we looked over the balcony, down at everyone, and there was a bunch of people looking up at us. And there was a big black cloud of smoke. So you could tell exactly where the firecrackers had come from, or the fireworks, or whatever. But we're looking over, and security is pointing up at us. And we're all like, "Oh, shit." So me and Hunter walk back in and close the door. And Nathan's like, "What?" Because he can see it on our face that something's wrong. And he's like, "What?" And we're like, "Nothing, nothing, nothing." And he's like, "No, no, tell me." And Hunter goes, "Well, security was looking up at us, but there's no way they know it came from us." And so we wait for a little bit, and then we hear a knock on the door, and we all freeze and look at each other. And I'd start tiptoeing to the door so I can look through the peephole to see who it is. And sure enough, it's security, and then it looked like two police officers. And I just slowly back up, and I do a stealth run kind of thing back to the living room, and Hunter's staring at me and Nathan's staring at me, and I'm like, "Dude, it's security." And all three of us start freaking out and running around, and we went and got my t-shirt and we start scrubbing the balcony because there was that orange dust from firecrackers all over the balcony. So we poured water on it and started scrubbing it up, trying to act like it wasn't us. And then they finally leave after knocking and waiting there for like 10 minutes. It was terrifying. We thought for sure they were going to come in. I actually flipped the latch over so even if they used their key to get in, it would still not open because it was latched closed. I did that while they were standing there, so they probably heard it click. But they finally left, and we decided we would give it a minute and then hurry down to the pool deck area so we could be like, nah, we weren't up there. And we run all the way down to the lobby, and security walks by us and points at us, and me and Hunter look at each other and we're like, oh damn, we're cooked, bro, we're screwed. And then he pointed at us and looked at the front desk, and the front desk just kind of shrugged. So we just started going to the pool deck, and then my brother gets a phone call, and it's our papa. And of course he called my brother, because why would he call me and Hunter? Obviously it was our doing. It normally is. But my brother answers the phone, and all we hear is, what do you mean the three? It was the two of them. And immediately we knew he's snitching on us straight up. But apparently, while the security was pointing at us, they were on the phone with our papa, and that's why they just shrugged it off and let us walk out. And my he's mad. He's like yelling at us over the phone, obviously. And he's like, where y'all at right now? We're like the pool deck. And he's like, come down to the beach right now and start walking towards us. Walk to the right. So we start walking to the right, and then sure enough, we see Papa, my sisters, and my Meemaw, and my papa's like leading, and he's like walking really fast and angrily, and he gets up to us and he starts yelling at us. And then my Meemaw's like, yeah, so they were about to kick us out, and your papa talked him out of it. And Papa was furious, and then he started like laughing a little bit. He's like, why would you do that? You know that's against the rules. And we were like, we didn't think it was going to happen, and we didn't shoot fireworks off. We lit firecrackers. We didn't think it was going to be that big. And he's like, well, don't do it again. And then we all like spread out again, and he was like, y'all be good, and don't make security call me anymore. But it was fun. There was more stuff that happened while we were on that trip, but I think I'm going to break it up into a different story. Anyways, this is also my brother's footage because my Xbox decided it hated me and wasn't going to work for me. So I used my brother's footage, and then I'm recording it on my computer, so I had to like break it up, so it's kind of a little bit different.
I'm the Master Chief, I'm bringing down the hammer, I'll be fucking up your gravity, don't play with me.